Recording. Good day, dear great surgeon. So happy to be with you all and so happy to hear from all of you. So I'm knowing to hear like all of you that all our early preparation going to be delayed for another time. When exactly, no one knows. They declared it will be by early April, by the venue of the very next exam to be. You know all that MRCS exam part A 3 times per year, January, April, and September. And for January, it has been declared to be postponed. There are many scenarios for the reason, and there are many scenarios for the consequences of the reason. According to the reason, there will be the consequences. So, as a surgeon, we have to think by logic. First of all, the COVID and the openness of the world. It might be going to be back live in paper technique, not electronic. This is one of the scenarios. Another scenario might be due to the many faults and many complications happen from the online experience. There were much difficulties facing many candidates, not much, but few of them, like technical problem that caused them loss of their preparation. And of course, a lot of preparation for a surgeon for a certificate that means a lot for his life. It's not that easy. Another reason might be that some people who claim they are surgeons who offer somewhat called courses online and paid one, they managed to hack the system. And the one who was good of them didn't hack the system, but managed to take the whole exam video and photos. And this made the whole experience unfair. The Royal College already knows that we know that there is some records by way or else, but it's unfair game to have someone who is managing to make business out of business. This is what it should not be done by some people who claim they are surgeon to take the exam as a photo and sell it, not sell even a scientific material, but he is selling the exam bank. This is not fair at all. Those are the major scenarios that might be caused the exam to be postponed. So is it gonna be paperwork again or not? Nobody sure, but it might be, or at least to have the exam at the center. And this is more preferable than to take it at home, unless they have a well-managed system. Because if you ask the previous candidate, you will wonder that the online camera of your laptop, one camera, is the only technique they monitor you. I think at least two camera from back and forth is the only way to proctor someone, not only one camera. This is one. Then very next thing is if someone managed to take the exam and videotape this exam, so there is something has to be done with this system. It's not safe and not fair game unless it's a total business for the Royal College. And this is not accepted, especially for an exam which is managed for the what is so-called third countries. We are not third degree countries. No, we are all elite surgeons from all over the world. And I believe every one of you already elite surgeon from where he is. The third scenario is about the technical problems. The September 2020 was a catastrophic, horrible experience. The pass score was high. There were many difficult technical problems, but they managed to demolish them by every exam. The last exam, there were very, very few technical problems, and they did work on them. What is the cause? What is the reason? This what be discovered by the next step will be taken from the Royal College. Hope I summed up some of your thoughts and now we can discuss together. Anyone want to say anything? raise your hand and we can allow you to speak, and we will happy to hear from all of you. Anyone have anything to add or to discuss? Anyone? Dr. Naveed, go on. You can unmute yourself, Dr. Naveed. If if Dr. Naveed can't unmute yourself, so go for it, Dr. Sazad.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello, Dr.
Good
Sazad. I
evening.
can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well. You are most welcome.
Okay, it's good evening from Bangladesh.
Good evening. I love Bangladesh. One of our pillar creator of our group was Bangladesh.
Oh, thank you. I want to ask you one question. That as you have said, and the Royal College said there is some leaking of question or some materials in public domain. They have said that. That means is the next exam is kind of difficult because they will publish the new question format or new topic, or what do you think? Is it safe to study the recall properly as for the previous exam?
I like your question. Thank you for asking this question. Your question is asking about if the Royal College is annoyed about the people knowing their question bank and the records being leaked. No, the answer for your question, no. They have a scope for the exam and they will stick to this scope, but they might change the format of the exam or the format of the question of this scope, not the question. That's why we advise you always to study the concept of the question, not to memorize this question. If you memorize this question, no matter what you do, it's only memory, and you can figure out what to do with the equation if he changes only a letter. That's why if you studied the question concept and studied surgery, you can go for it and you can answer the exam, whatever format he changes. I will go hat off and salute the Royal College if they changed the exam style. Because in my opinion, this exam, when it became online, it opened another era of the online examination. Why don't they add some photos? Why don't they add some applicable scenarios? This is my opinion. It will be differentiating the surgeons from the non-surgeons, those who study from those who memorize, those who do effort from those who just had the exam. This is my opinion. But regarding the Royal College, the response to the action they took will reveal their real mask and their real face. Is it all about business or about improving the whole surgical experience examination license? Hope this answered your question, Dr. Sazat. This
Yeah,
answer,
thank you.
was it at your expectations? Okay. Dr. Solomon, I can hear you. Go for it.
Yes, Dr. Bishoy. This is Dr. Solomon from Chennai.
From Geneva.
This is Dr. Solomon from Chennai, India.
Welcome, Dr. Solomon.
Yes, my doubt is by mentioning spring of 2022, are they suggesting that this will be combined with the April session?
Most probably, yes.
Okay. So that will be the most probable guess, right?
And why I answered you yes, because September 2020, they opened the registration 3 times. So it was January, April, and September, 3
Yes.
teams in one place. And yes, it happened before.
Okay, Dr. Bishoy. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Anyone who has any question, I want to hear from you. If anyone have any question, you can raise your hand. If anyone has any concern or want to share with us his opinion, it would be great. Where is Dr. Aisha? I want to hear from you. Dr. RV, go for it. Dr. RV, I can hear you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm Dr. Arvi from Bangladesh, and my question is, sir, do we have to strategize, does our strategy for the exam preparation change in any way regarding this current notice?
Regarding preparation, I recommend a continuous medical education for your own self. And regarding the exam, you can lower your pace by now. Don't go for it like fire, because we don't want to be like the rabbit. And neither go like the tortoise. You all know the story of the rabbit and the tortoise. So don't be the
Yes, sir.
rabbit and don't be the tortoise. Go for it like normal knowledge, experience, raising up. And by December, we can start and restart our camping. So we can manage to have a sessions on regular basis, but on more spaces in between to save our power. Because the long distance between study and the exam makes the one exhausted. It's like a marathon. It's how you manage your time, and don't be managed and don't be deceived, because your mind will set you that you know the knowledge. So why to revise? And this is a common mistake done by many who start earlier. I know from my friends that who have studied more than one year for the MRCS and he didn't make it. The only mistake was that he guessed and thought that he knows, but he didn't revise. That's why we know that it requires about 3.5 to 4 months maximum to be prepared for this exam according to its scope by continuous medical education. Hope this answered your question.
Thank you.
You are most welcome, Dr. RV.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, sir.
Dr. Aisha, so happy to hear from you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this webinar, sir.
I want to salute you and very grateful for your efforts. You are such a great leader. I believe wherever you be, you are such a unique person. Too eager to meet you. You are such a person to encounter. You and Dr. Strange, you are so great. Remind me of my earlier team in my exam.
Keep me in your prayer, sir.
Yes, we can hear you, Dr. Aisha. Go for it.
Thank you, sir.
What do you want to share with us, Dr. Aisha? Nothing to share? You always share. Okay, Dr. Pusha. Dr. Pupasha, if I can spell it right. Dr. Pupasha, you are raising your hand. Anyone has any question or anyone something to share? So happy we are gathered. It might be a good start to gather up together later on for studying. If you like this experience, I don't know. If you like this experience, type yes or say yes.
Yes, sir, this is much better.
It's much better. Okay, we will go for it.
Yes.
Dr. Nusrat, you can go for it. We can hear you.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam. Fine, thank you. As you are good, we are great.
Sir, my question is, as you said, that there's a chance that our exam will be held with the April session. So what is your expectation about the cutoff mark? And also the Royal College also already claimed that they will give a full refund if someone is unable to go for April session. So is it wise to go with this session? Because there can be a chance that there will be twice the number of students this time, right?
You are totally correct. The bus score might be variable. Higher than expectations. But take care. In our group, Our close group and those who managed to study with us and study regularly with each other, we managed to raise a surgeon who has the knowledge and who is prepared, and his target not to pass, but to fulfill this exam. That's why we have managed to have our interactive guide. But those who doesn't study with any plan and just he is being with himself for a reason in his own mind, this is not advisable at all. So whatever venue you are attending, manage to conquer this exam. Manage to finish the cut-off of this exam and be the topper of the toppest of this exam. Yes, it's a competition exam, but together we are managing to be the top of this competition with honor. That's it. So go for it. The one who is preparing for any venue will be ready for any venue. Hope this answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
The only thing that can make you not go for April that you don't have the time to prepare for April. The time needed is the regular study basis according to our study routine, and the last months is a critical months, and the last 2 weeks are the most of all critical 2 weeks. This is the plan. If you have time for this plan, go for it. If you don't have time for this plan, so you have your own mind. Dr. Maroof, you can join. We can hear you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Sir,
salam, Dr.
first of
Maroof.
all, I would like to thank you from the core of my heart for creating such an online platform because we can learn MRCS preparations here very easily. So thank you so much. And I was thinking about regarding the current notice from the Royal Colleges that are they going to arrange exams online or they are going to postpone the online forever?
Nobody knows. When
Sir, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Dear Dr. Maroof, regarding your question about will they continue the online or not, no one knows the answer.
Yes, sir.
They will declare the clear answer soon. They
Hello.
didn't manage to say it.
Hello, Dr. Bishoy.
Hello, Dr. Nidal. I can hear you, Dr. Nidal. Can you hear me, dear?
Sir, I think she is offline now. I think Dr. Nidal is offline now. No,
Yes,
she's
Dr.
online.
Bishoy.
She's back. Welcome, Dr. Nidal. We can hear all you.
I'm here.
We can hear you.
I'm here. I'm with you.
That's great. You can share.
I just want to ask, and do you think we're gonna go for April, or it's going? Do you think we're gonna go for April 2022, or do you think it's going to be?
The online status view is cutting off, but we answered this question already. Whenever you are ready for the exam, go for it and don't find yourself. What is the cutoff of this exam? Because the good preparation for this exam is to go for it like you are getting it done as a topper. Nothing else. Who is aiming to pass? Unfortunately, he will not pass. He will get a high mark, but not the pass. Who is aiming to be the topper of this exam? He will be the topper. If you have time to prepare for April, so go for April. Hope this answered this question for you, Dr. Nidal. Dr. Orendo, I can hear you. Dr. Aaron Orendo. Anyone have any question you can enter?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I'm Dr. Bupasha. Actually, I asked as we study as previous MRCS recall and Fauzia, is it enough to ask now for the new format?
No one is sure if they gonna do a new format or not. But we
Yes, sir.
agree that Royal College, every exam, they stick to the plan. They stick to the mark distribution of the exam. So the exam has a way, and according to the way, we're gonna study. That's why we focus on some chapters like anatomy, trauma, orthopedics, preoperative, postoperative. All of those are in our exam, and this we can study according to these chapters and focus on them, and we will conquer this exam. That's the trick. Whatever question will come, we will prepare for it. Restudying the record and studying Fawzia sheet is only giving us a new ideas about the scope of this exam. That's the whole thing. And we stress that if the question came as it is, make sure that there is no letter is changed in this question, because they know that we know the question it came in the exam. So they managed to change it from an exam. Hope this answered your question, Dr. Bupasha.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you so much. And we can hope that you will be updated. We will be updated from you in future.
Anyone have any question or anything? Dr. Ariandom Cheng, I can hear you. You can join. Please unmute and go for it.
Hello, doctor.
Hello.
I am Ariandom. So thank you for arranging this session. I have joined late, so I'm not sure that if you have already answered this question, but I would like to ask that what do you think on regarding the mark distribution, that after they're assessing the exam condition, will there be any changes in the mark distribution pattern or any basic changes, do you think?
I think there were no mark distribution changes for this exam, but if they manage to change the format or the mark distribution, it will be declared. It's one of the must thing to declare. It's nothing to hide. This exam is crystal clear in its regulation regarding at least the question and mark distribution. If they manage to change the format of the exam to increase more photos or add videos, they will declare it. I don't
And
think.
also, thank you, Doctor. And I'd like to also ask you that what do you think about the exam resources that according to your plan, we are studying according to the plan, like the exam resources. Will that be same, or will there be any changes regarding this plan?
They are the same. If anything came up, they will be updated in the same thing, because we are managing to increase the data to be more focused and more easily delivered. Before, we didn't have the lectures. I managed to make them a voice lecture. Next, I'm working to make every question to be visually answered and visually explained. Hope this adds to your experience more convenient study routine. Especially, we are all surgeons and we are much busy in our OR training. Hope this helps. That's the whole thing. Don't distract yourself
yes.
with much resources. Just trust one resource and go for it.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. I really appreciate your efforts, and thank you again.
No. So happy to hear from all of you. If anyone have any questions, I'm all here, and we are all gathered to share with each other our concerns and our ideas. So anyone have any concerns? We only have 10 minutes and our meeting will be finished, unfortunately, until we meet again.
Sir, I'm Dr. Marfa Sali from Bangladesh. I would like to ask one more question regarding the preparation.
Please again.
Sir, this is Dr. Maruf Ansari from Bangladesh. I would like to ask one more question regarding the preparation.
Go for it.
Okay, so when I went through the MRCS, and I found very little questions, some topics such as organ transplantation, head neck surgery, skin lesion, hand disorder, surgical disorder of the brain, and even in management and legal issues in surgery. And they contain a very little amount of questions, very little number of questions. And I was wondering, is it necessary to dig deeper into these topics?
Regarding the questions in EMRCS and the tough topics like and neurosurgery, stick just to the scope of the question. Because the science is like the ocean. No one can grab the ocean from the beginning to the end. No one. Speak for me. And this. So regarding your study, you just stick for the scope of EMRCS. Increase your scope after finishing the EMRCS and you have a luxury of time. And I guess you don't have this luxury, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hope this answered your question. Anyone have any other question?
No, sir, I would like to ask one more thing. I would like to tell you 5 most important topics of the EMRCS, which I should go through again and again regarding the second part.
So you didn't watch the MRCS video in the beginning of the interactive guide, right? You didn't watch.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna watch it. It will give you a life experience. It has the mistakes that you don't have to follow and to try to. You don't have to try the fault of the previous surgeons. So please watch this video. It's in the beginning of the interactive guide, about 3 minutes max, and will explain to you the mistakes and give you what chapters are a must and what topics are a must in the exam and what to focus on. Please go for it and listen for it. And roughly, it's anatomy, orthopedics, trauma, preoperative, postoperative, with some pediatrics, because those are overlapping with each other. Those chapters roughly are about 2/3 of the exam, overlapping with each other. And the topics and the questions that are a must in the exam are written in a slide within this video. I recommend this video, and please watch this video. It will save you a lifetime experience and make your study like. Go for it, Dr. Sharmeen. You are most welcome. We can hear you. Dr. Sharmeen. Dr. Sharman. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, hello, Bishoy.
Hello, Dr. Sharman.
Thank you. Actually, I want to ask you one question. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you already.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Actually, I want to ask one question that if they change their format, like if they change their question pattern, so is there any possibility that they can add new question in EMRCS question bank? Like, do you think so? Or what do you think about that?
With every MRCS exam already, they think and add new questions, especially for paper 2.
Okay.
Paper 1 is almost always strictly your study routine, and you will find it familiar. And if you read the reviews of every candidate who shared their reviews, you will find that paper 1 was almost always the same, and they got the whole marks. And anyone who got deceived or who didn't pass the exam, it was because he didn't study well for paper 1. But paper 2 is always surprising for everyone. But it's not surprising who is prepared well for the trauma and post-operative as well as the pediatrics. The one who managed to study those well, he will have the exam like a piece of cake. This is the whole trick. And if they manage to add some question, yes, the MRCS bank from time to time add questions. For 2 times, MRCS managed to update itself. Since 2016, MRCS didn't update themselves until 2020. And from 2020 until 2021, they updated their bank at least 2 times. And you will find those banks in our interactive guide. That's why we managed to put them. But they didn't change or add any new question for the anatomy.
Okay.
Hope this answers your question, and so happy to hear from you. We have 4 minutes left, and we can hear from Dr. Taslim.
Sir, Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So happy to
as
hear
of
from
now,
you, doctor.
Thank you, sir. So as of now, so far, it is certain that there will be no exam in January and we will be shifted to the April diet. So can we expect a new interactive schedule from you so that we can target for the April and so we can continue with your interactive schedule? It will be very much helpful for us if you just can update us with your schedule and guide us through.
We can already do a new interactive guide, but I will manage to make it from December. And by now, we can manage to have a distance sessions, not so near, not daily or not 3 times a week. We can manage to have 1 or 2 times per week to be more realistic and gather up and keep our spirit and stamina already reserved for the April diet, because we said it in the beginning, we don't want to be the rabbit and we don't want to be the tortoise. We want to be the surgeons. So we will manage to make it through December to April, and there will be a crash plan as well. But don't count only on the crash plan, because it will be a high competition exam. Or let's manage that it will be a high competition, and this nothing to fear of, because we are the fear, we are the store. You are a surgeon. You are not just a memorizer question. No, you are a surgeon, and you have to believe in yourself.
Inshallah, sir. So one more thing, as you have already mentioned, that if there will be any change in the pattern or in the distribution of the questions, they will definitely let us know in hand. So it will be wise to stick to a plan like with the already resources that we have in our hand. So it will be wise to stick to the resources and continue with that, right, sir?
The whole trick about MRCS is not the resource. It's about how you use the resource. We study the information. We stress that you don't memorize the question, but you have to memorize and study well the scope of the exam. That's why if they change the format of the exam, it's in your favor and it will be in your own goodness. Why and how is this? Because you are a surgeon studying the concept of the surgery. In our sessions, we manage not only to share the question, what's behind the question, and what can be asked behind this question, and what's the concept of this question, and the tricks regarding this.
Yeah, the main thing about the concepts. Yes, sir.
Yes, you study the concept, not just the question. All this answered your question. So happy to hear from all of you, and so happy with this gathering until we meet again. If anyone
Thank
has
you very
any
much, sir.
question didn't answer in this webinar or this Zoom meeting, we can gather up again, and you can write it in the Telegram and we can answer it together. And together we can, with the grace of God.
Thank you, sir, for arranging such a nice conversation. And I hope you will arrange a further more session like this regarding our study.
Sure.
In future.
We will gather up. So happy to hear from you, Dr. Strange.